Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For today's review, we're looking at the Ultraman Zero New Generation Stars version. This is like the billionth version of Ultraman Zero that we've gotten. And they still haven't made a Senkocho Seiho form of him, which is crazy to me. Like, he's had all these anniversaries and people love him, so I'm confused as to why they haven't. But I've already taken him out of the box, so we can get into what he looks like and everything that he comes with. Okay, so here's Ultraman Zero out of his box. And honestly, it's been a long time coming for me to put an Ultraman Zero in my collection. I wanted to collect like his whole, it's like an intergalactic space team. I forgot what it's even called, but it's got like the robot guy, and it's got guy with fire for a face, and then the mirror dude. I forgot all their names, but I love the team and I love Ultraman Zero, so hopefully they make renewals of all of them. Because, you know, getting a hold of them is kind of hard now. You can look on Mandarake to get them, but other than that, like, that's the only way to pick those guys up. But this Ultraman Zero, this is like, again, as I said, like the billionth release of this mold. They haven't done anything new. I'm waiting for the Senkocho Seiho because I want him to finally get like actual bicep swole, which would be nice. And I just feel like the proportions are good, but I feel like they could be, you know, better. When I got this guy, he was super like floppy out of the packaging, but that doesn't stop him from standing and like holding a pose. It's just kind of annoying, and I honestly don't feel like contacting Ami to get another one. Truth be told, I'm probably just gonna hunt down the that armored version that literally comes with the whole figure, and you could just swap out the armor pieces to make him look normal. Because I believe it's the same like big-eyed head sculpt. So they have done some improvements to this mold, but you know, it's not enough to make you be like, wow, let me just go get that real quick. But yeah, so getting into his details, everything is painted nicely, sculpted nicely. I mean, he looks like Ultraman Zero. These pieces, be careful, they are sharp. They're pretty sharp and they're not soft, so they will break off. His fins do not come off his head to do his one attack, so keep that in mind. Don't try to pull them off. This portion on his shoulders, and I don't know if it's always like this, so if anyone else has other Ultraman Zero figures, let me know. If these pieces are always kind of like a soft, like plastic that are on, it looks like it's on like a ball joint probably attached to his chest that like allow it to move out of the way. Again, the paint is pretty clean. I don't really have any complaints besides the looseness of my figures. So if you buy this, hopefully yours isn't loose. And then, you know, down here, he's got a nice matte finish, which I like a lot. For articulation, his arms do not go up that high because you will pop it out of the socket. Just T-pose for his arms. Does have a butterfly joint. Comes in about this much. And then from the back, it's not bad. For his head, even though he has this fin on his head, and it's continues on down these spines on his back, so he looks up about this much. Granted, he's supposed to be taller than everything else in, you know, photos, etc., and in real life, so, or 9 times out of 10, he's taller than everything else, so he doesn't really need to look up at anyone or anything. Most of the time, he's looking down, which that's really good. He doesn't really get, like, side-to-side head pivot, but his neck does kind of help him look around just a little bit, just a little bit of movement. He has no forward ab crunch, which is disappointing, and I even tried to like pull it up to see if it was one of those like with the Dragon Ball figures, but nope. But he does move back about that much, and that's including the joint down here at the waist. That's how far he moves back. Oh, yeah, he also comes apart pretty easily. He goes forward about this much. Double jointed elbows, which is a bonus. Wrists are on a ball hinge. The legs can go completely out to the side, well, almost completely out to the side, but it's good enough. He has thigh swivel. He has double jointed knees, but they hit a little bit better than 90. They don't go all the way back though. It seems like his top knee joint should be doing some more, but doesn't really. So, and then his leg or foot goes down about that much. Goes up about that much, which isn't a lot. It's really just keeping it forward. And then does have ankle pivot, which is nice. And a toe joint, which is nice and kind of smooth. Yeah, that's it for his articulation. Kind of disappointing, to be honest. Like, this figure just feels really stiff to mess with, and the reason why I want him to have normal bicep articulation is because, like, I can barely get this to do anything when I move it around. It's literally just like spinning it on the ball joint that connects the arm to the body. So I don't know what the thought process was on that, but yeah. I mean, he wasn't super expensive, so I'm not mad at it. Like, it's just like if you need an Ultraman Zero, here you go. But, you know, I think they could have done a better job with it overall. So let's get into his accessories. Alright, so for his accessories, he does come with a ton of hands, which is always awesome. He has the karate chop style hand. And if you kind of zoom in, you can see the nice sculpting for the gloves, which is really, really cool. Always like that for Ultraman figures. He has a pointing hand. And he only has one of those pointing hands. He has two of the karate chop type hands. He has one alternate forearm that has this like bracelet piece on it. I haven't watched new generation stars, so I have no clue what this bracelet does, or if it does something outside of it too. I don't even remember him having this, but maybe he always does. I might be a fake fan, guys. I might be a fake fan. If anyone knows what that is, let me know. And then he has two different kind of like grappling type hands. Again, has that really nice molding on the back. Then he comes with a color timer piece showing he's about to run out of juice, which is pretty cool. And that's easy to change. You just pop out the one on his chest that's blue and put that one in. Comes with one peace sign hand. I kind of wish he came with two, but I understand. Like, he only does it with one hand, but that's pretty cool. And then he has one of these kind of like martial arts hands. He only comes with one of this. And then he comes with this other... It's not really a peace sign, but I guess you could kind of fudge it and make it like a loose peace sign. It looks like another like martial arts type hand. And then the other cool thing, which I'm glad Tamashii Nations really doesn't skimp out on for the most part, is that he comes with his Spacium Beam effect and the hand that attaches to it. So if you just take off this hand and put this one on it. Hopefully without breaking anything. And then attaching things on camera is always hard. Okay. I'm not gonna do the full pose, but just so you can see what it kind of looks like on the figure. So that's how that goes, and then the bottom part of the beam kind of conforms to the bottom of his arm, his forearm. It looks good. It's really nicely painted. The white to the yellow, it's all translucent. This is a little bit more like a solid color, but then as you get further on, it's more translucent, which is nice. But yeah, I don't have any complaints about his accessories. I'm guessing this is like a budget version of the figure that you can just get if you want to have him in your collection, but I kind of wish if they were going to go all out that they give him the mantle, but hopefully when they give us the renewal version of him, we will get the mantle included in the package. You don't have to hunt that down and buy 50 different things for your Ultraman figures. But yeah, let's get into some size comparisons. Alright, and for size comparisons, here he is standing next to a full power Super Saiyan Son Goku and then a renewal Kamen Rider X. And again, this is why I want a renewal. Like, you see that Kamen Rider X actually looks like a guy in a suit, where Zero, he kind of looks like a guy a little bit in a suit, but it's more stylized. I really think they can bulk him up. Again, give him the bicep swivel that he desperately needs. I think the head proportioning is good, but I really think they could do a lot with just renewing this guy. Also making him taller. I feel like he should be pretty tall because he's an Ultraman. And then here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man and then a Marvel Legends Iron Man. Again, he's going to be smaller. He kind of almost seems like a dude, like in a, you know, Halloween costume. Granted, it is just a dude in a suit, but he kind of looks like a teenager next to these guys. But with the recent Marvel Comics team up, I still think it'd be pretty cool, especially if you have Ultraman Zero or Zero's dad, Ultraman 7, to kind of pair with them. And then here he is standing next to the most easily accessible Ultraman figure that I have, which is the Marvel Comics. I think it's an SDCC exclusive version, which they now sell on Premium Bandai. They also sell Ultra 7 too on there. This figure is also kind of loose, so I don't know if that's just Tamashii Nation's quality control just messing up with these guys, but it's really annoying, to be honest. As you can see, they are pretty much the same height, even though this Ultraman's head is, you know, more, is it oblong? More shaped like an egg. So it kind of gives the illusion that he's a little bit taller, especially looking at his fin. But yeah, I mean, they go together good on the shelf. They look nice together. Really no complaints there. But again, I do wish that they had the renewal version of this guy. They already made one of him. So no reason why we shouldn't get another one. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that size comparison. Let's get on to the final thoughts. Okay, so for final thoughts, I mean, this figure, again, it's not super expensive, but I really think they could have done more with this guy. I think my taste is also soured on it because he did come pretty loose out of the packaging. And for this being my first Ultraman Zero figure after holding off on literally all the other iterations, this is kind of disappointing to me. So if you don't have another one in your collection, I guess go ahead and get this guy. But honestly speaking, I think you should just skip and continue to wait until they make a renewal version. I just don't understand why they haven't done one yet. I mean, apparently he's, you know, the most popular Ultraman, so what's the holdup? I don't understand. I don't know. But yeah, so, I mean, if you want this figure, again, I got mine on AmiAmi. He wasn't super expensive with the conversion rates, but man, he's just pretty disappointing. Don't really know what else to say after that. But I'll hold on to him until something better comes around. I'm still gonna track down that armored version of him to see if that one's supposedly better. People are saying that's like the best one that they've released, so we'll see if that's the case. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.